Hello to the Divine Masculine Collective who found this video. If this video found you, it is probably for you, but please keep in mind that this is a collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into it. So I'm going to do a little bit of a sound cleansing with some spray first. This is 1088 hertz. How is everybody feeling today? I can't wait to get into this reading for you guys. This is going to be the messages that Spirit wants you to hear in alignment with your absolute highest and best. Very calm energy. I'm seeing dark water, but not like scary. It's this royal blue, like a rich kind of navy royal blue. Very grounded, but also mutable, also able to go with the flow and go with change. That's a very powerful skill to have, especially as a divine masculine, to be able to know when to stand your ground and know when to adapt. Like that's a really good thing. So we're going to pull some tarot first. And just to make sure that this reading is for you, I'm going to ask Eternal Living God Source to tell me with one card, who is watching this video? Like, what energy are they in right now? Ooh, hang on. Okay, thank you. Oh, the Empress reversed. Okay. I am going to turn to this page here just so we can get all the details, okay? But I kind of already feel like I know creative block, dependence on others. So there seems to be a repair that needs to happen with your inner feminine energies. And as we kind of get more into this here, let's see. Reversed, the Empress encourages you to make self-love and self-care a priority. Now is the time to bring your loving energy and focus on yourself, to yourself, especially if you have been giving away your personal power by placing too much emphasis on another person's emotional or material needs, thus neglecting your own. So the thing about us incarnating into certain forms, right? We have masculine incarnations and feminine incarnations, masculine energy, feminine energy, whatever energy aligns with your identity, okay? We have both, regardless of that, we have both masculine and feminine energies within us, the giving and the receiving, the action and the rest. And so for us to be balanced people with integrated, what's called inner divine union, and it's hard in this world sometimes, okay? I totally understand, like me as a feminine incarnate, somebody who identifies as feminine, because of, you know, the way that we're all raised, I tend to fall into like a hyper masculine mode sometimes to get things done, to feel like I'm safe, to feel like I'm okay. And so this is almost like you're neglecting your inner feminine as a masculine incarnate. So maybe you've been, and it's so interesting how this is related. Hear me out, okay? The way that divine masculine can overgive and kind of fall into shadow masculine is by neglecting your own needs. And that's actually an issue with your relationship with your inner feminine. And so it's so interesting how, like, I mean, as divine masculines, you do have like this inherent drive to provide and to embark upon your purpose and to engage with your purpose as much as possible. That's what motivates you. But if it's too much in the sense of like you're in that drive, you're in that masculine energy without taking the proper time to recharge, that not only backfires on you, it actually backfires on your relationships and how and what you are building, basically. And so, okay, I'm feeling from spirit that that's thorough. Like, tap into your creativity, tap into feminine energies, aligned divine feminine energies, like that self-care, that self-love, the, do something just for you. This is so wild. I'm getting a memory of, this was a couple months ago. I went to a circle. It was like a paint and sit at a cafe, a local cafe, and the circle was mostly, well, almost entirely women, except for this one man who showed up with his partner. And he was speaking with us. He was really kind of opening up his heart and saying, and we were, as the divine feminines, trying to like encourage him a little bit too. He was just like really burnt out and feeling like this pressure and this sadness of like, oh, well, no, like I have to give, I have to do this for so and so and so and so. And like, especially the feminines in his life, he's like, well, no, like I have to protect them. Like I want to protect them. And like, just, which is very fitting that we were at like a paint and sit, right? He was painting and we were talking with him and he was opening up to us more and more and more, and just encouraging him to pull back just a little bit and be like, okay, recognize that we're all strong on the inside and we can all take care of ourselves to a point. That is our responsibility. And so it's not fair to you for you to like overpour into somebody and neglect yourself, because then it's like in the long run, and I think he reached this conclusion himself too, now that I'm like thinking about this situation. And I'm seeing a bunch of dandelion fluffs right now in front of me. I'm sitting in front of my window in my bedroom. There's so many flying across my window right now, despite it being fall. That's usually something I see in the spring. So to me, when I see dandelion fluffs, it talks about wish fulfillment. If there's something you're working towards, if there is a wish that you have in your heart, you might be going at it a little too hard. Yes, okay, I just got confirmation from spirit. So find that inner balance within and recognize that, yes, it's a beautiful thing to want to take care of those around you, but also trust that they will be okay while you are recharging yourself. Find that balance between taking care of what's necessary and like making sure that you are okay, because you are the vehicle of your life. You are the vehicle of, like I said, the things that you're trying to create, the relationships that you're trying to pour into. And so if the car doesn't work, it doesn't drive anywhere. That's the picture that I kind of get in my head. So, wow, this is a really powerful first card. Let's get into now some, I'm going to do one more tarot card actually. Okay, Eternal Living God Source. What advice do you have for this collective besides what we already talked about in alignment with their absolute highest and best to receive? Let's see. I'm going to see what kind of flies out here. This is the Whispers of Time Tarot, and I love it. It's a really powerful kind of dark energy deck. Whoa, hang on, guys. Okay, Eternal Spirit. There are a few that wanted to fly out there, but let's get like a precise dude. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and spread them. This and this. Okay, so I pulled two for you. Let's see, the Fool upright, and then the Hangman upright. All major arcana so far, you guys. So powerful. Okay, so with these two cards here, it's very interesting because this deck actually comes with its own little book, and this artist that created this deck actually has a unique meaning for, like a slightly different meaning for the Hangman and upright compared to the traditional tarot. And so this is telling me, paired with the Fool, it's like you need to, like, Spirit is trying to tell you to step into a more, like, get out of your comfort zone, basically. You will benefit from exposing yourself to more and like different people and learning about them, learning about their lives, learning about what they believe in, and potentially restructuring your own belief system in inspiration to what you learn about and what resonates with you based on those learnings, those teachings, that knowledge that you gain from these people. And so paired with the Fool, they want you to approach that concept with almost like a childlike, brand new wonder. And I mean, in the traditional tarot, the Fool is like walking off a cliff. But I actually saw a very powerful animation on Instagram Reels the other day where the first few major arcana cards turned into each other. It was like a transition. So the Fool fell off the cliff into a bed of roses and then became the Magician. And the Magician, which is the first card in the deck, this is the card number 0, this like prep before the Ultimate Creator card. And actually, before I started this recording, I thought about the Magician card when I was thinking about you, this collective that I was going to be reading for. And so I'm like, holy crap, that is that scary leap that we all need to take in order to get back into our power in the most radical way. Because we're stepping off of what looks like a cliff, but in reality, we're falling into that bed of roses. And then once we're at the bottom, it is an altar with everything we need. In the traditional tarot, it is literally the pentacle, the wand, the sword, and the cup. And the Magician has like the infinity symbol over his head with a double-ended like candlestick. At least that's what I think it is. That's what it looks like to me. And so it's like, you will have everything you need. There needs to be some type of restructuring with your inner world. And especially paired with this Empress in reverse here, it's like, there needs to be newness. There needs to be like change and self-development. So not only with your physical health, but also your mental, emotional, spiritual health as well. And so that's really what this is representing here for me. I think get yourself out there in different communities, around different kinds of people, learn about how they're living. And especially with this like reversed Empress bringing up the whole creativity thing, this exposure really might inspire you to like, it'll inspire you and it'll give you new life almost. And so this is really, really, really cool. We're going to get into the Lightworker Oracle now. Okay, so Eternal Living God Source, what messages and advice does this Divine Masculine Collective watching this video need to receive in their absolute highest and best? This is really powerful. Okay. Spiritual service. This is the art on the card there. It is card number 21. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. See, stuff is kind of coming in as I'm even just looking at this, but I want to read the page first and then I'll get into it. So, self-doubt can be a habit that is hard to break. It can slow down your spiritual progress and fulfillment, and the fulfillment of life purpose. What was I saying about life purpose and being depleted and not being able to, like, you are the vehicle of your life. Ultimately, it won't stop you, but it can make your progress seem more challenging. It's easier to fulfill your purpose when you acknowledge your own goodness and talent and do what you love to the best of your ability. Realize that you are enough and your work is good and that you have something of value to offer. It is time to let go of fear of failure, concern about your ability, and your right to live a happy and fulfilled life of success. The universe believes in you. So, okay, immediately before I continue reading this, maybe you're running yourself into the ground and like delving into your masculine energy too hard, because there's almost like this looming fear of, if I don't do this, then I won't have a good life. If I don't do this, then the people in my life will leave me, or I won't be good enough for them. Oh my goodness. So you are being called to service beyond that which you have accomplished thus far. That is because you are ready, capable, and willing to step up to another level of spiritual responsibility and freedom. What was I talking about? The inner divine union. You have delved into the 3D. You have done the thing. You have done the very physical, masculine type of activity so far. And now it's like, okay, this is calling you to another level of mastery. Okay. That's actually going to make you even more powerful and even more capable to do what you love to do and what you feel the drive to do. And so continuing on here, your mind, however, may question your ability. You may be afraid that you cannot perform well enough, that you are not skilled or experienced enough, that you are not as good as others, or that you do not have enough value to offer. These are nothing more than wounded beliefs about your self-worth. The divine feminine struggle with wounding like ideas of self-worth too. And so the fact that the Empress came out in reverse at the beginning of this is where you're kind of at right now. It's like there's a neglect of the feminine. And when there is shadow feminine energy that lives in you, some of those traits do include the whole like self-worth thing. So that's very significant. It is time to recognize this wounding and not empower these beliefs as truths anymore. Be kind to your mind. It will be happier without such beliefs. You can free yourself from the pain they cause and become more realistic about your gifts and your potential. Now it is time for you to trust love more than your wounds. As you release these old beliefs, releasing old beliefs, what did I literally say about this? Getting yourself out there and around new and different people to restructure your beliefs. Okay. So as you release these old beliefs, you create more space within you to receive impressions of how you can most joyfully serve the greater good. No longer hampered by undermining and draining beliefs and self-doubt, you will have more energy to act on your intuition and guidance. I'm sorry if that made a noise with the mic there. Hit the book there. Okay, there's more. If at any time you feel you find yourself blocked by fear or performance anxiety, it can be helpful to release these blocks by simply asking yourself how you could best serve the greater good at this time. The answer to this question will never be to shrink back in fear. It will always be to choose belief over doubt. It will be to move ahead, to take the opportunity offered to you as a vote of confidence from the universe. So one thing I want to make sure I make clear here is something needs to shift. Something needs to change. You should not continue to go at what you're going at with the same energy that you have been. Like I said, it's that hyper 3D. There needs to be some kind of reformation within so that that new energy inside of you can project outward. Does that make sense? So this card is kind of talking about action here, and like that, you know, in my opinion, the divine masculine drive to like do and to provide. But it's also talking about like you need to believe in yourself. Like you are being called to believe in yourself. You're being called to restructure your inner world so that your external world can be approached in that new elevated way. So continuing on here, this realization will bring you peace of mind so you can resume your progress and share what you have with the world. Like I said, resuming, recharging so that you can kind of come back and be rejuvenated and be stronger and more evolved in that way. If you have been working hard, taking the opportunities that have come to you and are still feeling as though you are not quite where you wish to be in terms of fulfilling your life purpose and divine destiny, you are now asked to acknowledge all that you have attained so far. Acknowledge all the people you have assisted in your own special way, all the positive influence of love that you have added to the collective human soul through your willingness to take your spiritual journey. Open your heart and care about life on earth. Your spiritual service has been noticed by the spiritual worlds, and you will be empowered to serve in increasingly beautiful ways. Your service is already successful, and you will only increase in potency, power, and peace. So you're kind of on this threshold again, and the Fool fell on the ground. But in the traditional tarot, the art is him walking off of a cliff. Like, you're literally on this threshold of renewal and newness, and you're going to be better than ever, basically, which is amazing. Invocation. Universe, I love you. How can I serve you? I accept love's protection and love's purpose in my heart, in my life. Love. Okay, I'm going to say something really quick. There's something that a divine feminine in the spiritual community talked about, calling out something that a divine masculine had said in the community when it comes to like separating love and purpose when they should actually be together. And even my Taoist mentor, my Taoist priest, I told him about that, and we had a discussion about it, and he said that there is no purpose without love. Like purpose without love is just like meaningless and empty. And he had this whole rant about it. I'm like, oh my gosh. So the fact that this is talking about love, but also the invocation at the end of this section here, love empowers and protects me, gives me purpose and passion, peace and play. So yeah, peace and play, purpose and play, balancing yourself with and healing your relationship with your inner feminine, because the inner feminine is all about the play and the creativity. And so let's see, I believe in love. I am love, and I believe in me. May the joy of helping others give me energy and courage to continue to serve and grow spiritually. May all beings receive your love and be healed through your grace. May all those who want to serve be empowered through mercy, compassion, joy, and love to do so for the greatest good. Through my own free will, so be it. Wow. Wow. Okay, so let's see. The final deck I want to pull from here is my own homemade oracle, and it has actions in it and activities, but also reminders. So like self-care activities and then reminders. Let's go ahead and see what comes up for you. Eternal living God source, what messages and advice do you have for this divine masculine collective watching this reading in alignment with their absolute highest and best? We'll see what comes out here. Yeah, see, the peace I feel in this collective is very powerful. Like this sense of calm, like you have it together. Like you are handling this very well. And so spirit is merely calling you to the next phase is what I'm sensing. So, okay, cool. We got one that fell out. I want to get just a couple more. I like when they fall out because then it's like right in your face. But okay, this one's also relevant. And yes, and this. Any others, eternal spirit, blah, blah, blah. So many. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, let's do. Okay, so here's what you got. We have faith and quiet the mind so divine guidance can come through, being able to slow down so that you can hear the ways that you are meant to change and evolve. Phone a friend. So lean on your support system. Lean onto the people in your life. I mean, you do so much for everybody. So you deserve to have support and love as well. Pour into a passion project and get out and have fun. So literally what I'm sensing for this pour into a passion project, like I said at the beginning of this recording, literally do something that's just for you. Don't do something that's like, Don't go into an activity that's supposed to be for self-love with like, oh, well, this will accomplish this, and I'm doing this for this end or this goal or whatever. Do it for fun, do it for no reason. But the reason is that it's fun and that you are rejuvenating yourself and rebuilding and repairing your relationship with your inner feminine. This was a beautifully powerful reading. So much came through. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy content like this, please go ahead and subscribe. I have a bunch of goodies down in the description as well of different things that I offer. And so thank you again. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your day, week, wherever you're at, and I'll see you in the next one.